In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Bloomburrow's collection article up on Wizard's site and talk about what exactly is going to be in the set and what it's going to look like. Spoiler season has officially started today, and I'm waiting on some better graphics for the cards to start reviewing them, so be aware we might have another video today, but I thought it'd be good to at least throw this one out and kind of dig into it a bit. So yes, this set is wildly hyped if you're not familiar. People are extremely excited for Bloomburrow, myself included. The entire set is animal themed, and we've seen some teasers over the past couple months, but this is, you know, the time where we're really kind of digging into it. I know it's just a couple weeks after Assassin's Creed. If you're like me and didn't really pay much attention to that set beyond, you know, just kind of taking a look at it for what it is, I imagine this is probably where a lot of your excitement lies. Assassin's Creed, of course, you know, I did a video talking about some of the cards, did not do well, did not seem like there was much interest at all, kind of decided to pivot away a little bit. So this video is going to be a little bit sort of live reaction. I did kind of glance over this, but I do think it's interesting to talk about some of these things because a lot of people like to know collecting, and you know, it's easier to be able to talk about them. So we're going to start off just by touching on the subset. So this is the Imagine Courageous Critters. They did tease this a while back. There was actually a leaked image of the Jace the Mind Sculptor with the raised foil style, and you can kind of see here that of course it is confirmed, as most of the leaks do seem to be, and there is a Liliana of the Dark Realms as well. There's going to be 24 cards total in the Imagine Courageous Critters expansion, if you will. 4 of them will be in the collector commander decks, will be in the commander decks, and the other 20 will be available in collector boosters. So obviously there's going to be a chance to pull them that are going to be really neat. It's a bit of a shame they're not going to be in standard boosters because, like, I thought maybe they'd be quote-unquote special guest-esque. Maybe they're too powerful for draft. I'm not really sure. It'll probably do well for the value of the Bloomburrow collector boosters for sure, having it be that way. But right now we've seen these. We've also got Nissa, who shakes the world, which just might be my favorite art of the 3. And again, these are all in the collector boosters only, with the exception of the 4 that will be in the commander decks. They did show off Tameo Field Researcher in one of the preview videos today. This will be in one of the commander decks, the Peace Offering one, as well as in collector boosters. So 24 total that you can collect. 20 will be exclusive to collector boosters. 4 will be in the decks and in collector boosters. So something to look forward to there. And they said that it's not all going to be Planeswalker, so there are likely going to be some other ones that kind of come along with it as well. Now, we've talked about this a bit. The Japanese raised foil anime cards, there are going to be 20 of those, and they're going to have some fantastic art. We've seen Lumra, Bellow of the Woods already with an anime-style artwork, but there's also going to be like a gold raised border that I think will probably be better as, you know, the actual set starts to get ripped open and people can see what's going on with it. But just something else to note, these are going to be available. The actual raised foil anime cards are going to be available everywhere, it looks like. And the notes here do say that the Japanese versions will only be in the Japanese language collector booster. So kind of interesting on that respect that there are going to be that exclusive Japanese language, whereas all the other boosters will have English. Kind of Strixhaven-esque in the way it sort of comes along there, but this does appear as though it will be in everything. However, the thing that's a little confusing is it does say Japanese language collector boosters, English versions, and other collector boosters. I'm guessing what we're looking at here in terms of the set placement is we're going to be able to pull the regular anime-style art in anything, but the raised foil will be locked behind those collector boosters. Not shocking. I mean, we've kind of gotten used to the point where there's always going to be that, like, extra level of collectible in those boosters. People are either going to hate it or love it. I don't love it super a lot, but whatever. Not the best verbiage there. Now, field notes are another one they mentioned here, and the Calamity beasts, as they are called, which of course makes sense when you consider that you know, the whole plane is based on these small critters, so giant creatures that are threats, you know, sort of the theme here. And we've got a couple cards here, Maha, Its Feathers Knight, as well as Igra, Eater of All, I think is how you pronounce that, in this cool field note style, which I really like the aesthetic of it. I think they're going to look a really nice foil as well. These are going to be in everything, which is great, so there's no exclusivity on these, and it looks like there's going to be 8 of them total, 7 mythics, 1 regular rare, so certainly a good bit to look forward to. These are some pretty powerful cards. Interestingly enough, looking at the mechanics here, Ward's Sacrifice of Food is a very interesting mechanic, but it does say other creatures are food artifacts in addition to their other types. This card turns things into foods, and we're going to talk about these cards and their actual effects in another video. I just wanted to go over this article as a bit of a placeholder to give people a bit of a sense of what we're looking at in terms of collecting. Now, there's also these seasonal basic lands. It's the first time this has been done, I believe. So there's actually 20 basic lands that are going to be in the set, 4 of each season. So you see the spring, summer, obviously, autumn, and winter. And they are going to just be sort of assorted throughout the packs. If you scroll down a little bit here in the article, I don't recall exactly where I saw this, so bear with me. But the seasonal lands, as far as I know, are going to have a little bit of a spread in terms of pull rates. Oh, here it was. Okay. So 40% on the spring, 30% on the summer, 20% on the autumn, and 10% on the winter. So winter lands are not going to show up all that commonly at all. Very, very interesting that they decided to do that instead of just a 25% chance of each. But if you're someone who really wants to collect a specific style, obviously I do like the winter ones a lot. I think they're probably my favorite. Just be aware that it's not an even spread across the board, but they are lands, so it remains to be seen whether or not that's going to carry like a super high premium or if it's just going to be that type of thing. Hard to say. Really, really like the forest winter as well. Yeah, those are nice. They did a great job. These are the showcases. We've kind of talked about these a little bit in the past, but just kind of showing them off a bit here. These will be pullable and everything like showcase cards usually are. And then borderless of the field notes, like I showed off earlier, just kind of another really cool display. And some of the cards that are popping up here weren't actually in the videos, and so they're showing off now. So when I get the chance to parse through them a little bit and talk about them in the actual video, we'll obviously get it. We know there's going to be borderless cards, as there usually are. I made a short talking about Three Tree City a while back, but Three Tree City will also have a seasonal treatment, so it's going to have 4 different variants, which is interesting. However, the rarity is not staggered, so that's good to know. And then we've got another cycle of mythic spells that are modal, and they have these little paw prints, interestingly enough. So it looks like you pay the mana, and then you choose up to 5 worth, so you do combinations however you want that to work. You can choose the same one more than once. Another really interesting mechanic. And then, of course, we know there's going to be the One's Planewalker in here. Just kind of a lot of breakdowns here. Special guest, is this what this is? Or no, Shatterfang's actually going to be a Imagined Critter. So there's a lot of stuff to look forward to in the set. I am super pumped, and these are the cards I was referring to earlier, these Japanese raised foil with the special treatment. Just all look so cool, and some of them are only going to be available in the collector boosters, as we discussed, but many of the cards outside of the Liliana, anything in the Imagined Critters, those will be available in everything. So there is a lot to look forward to here, and a pretty cool breakdown. I think the play booster is going to be a very interesting set. And then the collector boosters are probably going to be a pretty high demand for this, especially with those lands having such scattered rates. I know lands are not necessarily all that's going to sell a set, but when you look at it that way, it just kind of an interesting breakdown. So we've talked about it quite a bit in previous videos. The commander decks, as we've established, those will start to be spoiled next week. So there's a lot to look forward to here. So I'm kind of curious, just your guys' perspective. I know this is a little bit all over the place, but what do you guys think of Bloomburrow so far in terms of what we've seen? Are you excited for some of the reprints and some of the new cards? Let me know in the comments down below, and pretty soon we'll have actual videos breaking down the cards themselves. I just wanted to put out something to, a little bit start here before you start collecting, so you kind of know what to look for. So thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.